Hello, good people of St. Michael's. This is Maryann Younger in the last week of my wisdom year with you. General Seminary created the wisdom year, I guess, to make sure that seniors became wise. And that is not done in the classroom necessarily, or even in observing churches. It is done by experiencing real ministry, experiencing the joy of working with you, having space to take risks, to ask questions, and yes, to even fail at times in our attempts. Back in September, when Mother Kate was introducing me, she said that I was here to bring wisdom to St. Michael's. And I teasingly replied that, no, I thought that you were bringing wisdom to me. And I hope both of those things happened. I have certainly learned so much from you this year. You know, people in the wider church community say that St. Michael's is the best kept secret in Manhattan. A diverse community of prayerful and socially aware and active individuals who love their church and one another. And let me tell you, you were not oversold. You came through with that in so many ways. There's not enough time for me to list them all. You are dedicated Christians who have the courage to question and show your vulnerabilities to one another. Currently, I see you mustering the courage that's needed to face our embedded racism, not only in our society, but within our own hearts as well, and I admire you for this. We're also an honest congregation, which means there's no attempt to hide conflict or just general messiness. Because, you know, it is sometimes really hard to follow that commandment of Jesus to love one another. This honesty has given me the wisdom that sometimes things are going to get goofy. And it's okay. By being honest with one another, by sincerely and humbly apologizing when things go awry, we understand each other. We can work through challenges with one another. For example, it is said that St. Michael's has some really big personalities in it. And I know this because I have run into most of you, being a pretty big personality myself. In some cases, we have pushed beyond those conflicts and have established a deeper understanding and relationship with one another. In other cases, we have run out of time for that work, and I regret that. The wisdom is, though, that it's okay to have these kind of honest conversations with one another. It gets us past the bonds of shame and fear that often surround conflict. And here is the wisdom I hope I am leaving with you. Keep getting to know that Book of Common Prayer. Beyond the Holy Eucharist that starts on page 355, there's 990 more pages that are full of all kinds of occasions and history, prayers, scripture. The Psalms are all there. And there's this awesome little table at the end that tells you what the readings are for today, every day of the year, for 2 years. It's got all great stuff in it. The BCP is actually the Anglican churches and the Episcopal churches' gift to the world. So we're lucky to have it. So keep getting comfortable with it. Keep exploring it. See one another. I mean, really see one another. And for heaven's sakes, look at each other at the peace. 3 seconds. And make sure you add that smile, because that kind of takes away the creepy factor of staring at somebody. In this time of pandemic, that seeing is going to look different. It's going to be the way we listen to one another that will shine through. Not formulating your response while someone else is speaking on Zoom. That means you're not really listening to them. Be present, fully present with one another, to hear and to see and to understand. This we can offer to one another and those who may be visiting us. We do have new people visiting to us at all times. They know that something wonderful is happening at St. Michael's and they want to find out more about it. You could invite somebody new. Right now, you could forward this message to one or two people you know and invite them to worship with you virtually from their own homes. I'm probably going way over my allotted time right now, and I apologize for that. And it feels a lot more like I am looking behind instead of looking ahead with you. So know this: my time has been tremendous, and I will miss you terribly. But I take comfort in knowing that this Episcopal Church is a tiny little place, and that our paths will cross again. And not just talking about over the next couple of days of morning prayer and Sunday services this week. Stay focused and amazing and true to yourself. Love each other as Jesus commands. Keep the faith, my friends.